So we have all been in kind of to be mindset, like game, like kind of that game right now. But does everybody know that the Lift 4 program is coming out soon? Does everybody know that that's coming? Okay. Well, even if you don't, it's coming. So we're going to be running as a team starting, thanks to Monica for putting all this together, starting on June 11th, I think, right?
Yep.
And it's going to be open for the whole team to invite people, sort of like we did the sneak peek into 2B Mindset, but this time it'll be in a group, not an event. So Monica, do we want to wait till we've talked a little bit more for sure about what we're doing, just give any more details, or just sort of tell them that that's coming?
Yeah, I mean, so far we just know we're gonna take what we know and kind of put it in a plan.
3 days.
It's gonna be just 3 days, and the sneak peek workout is gonna be June 4th. So if people haven't seen it, we're gonna reference that, tell them to go see that. That's available to anybody. So even if you don't have Beachbody On Demand, you can check that out. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on it this weekend, so I'll know more later, but we're just gonna give them all information, for 3 days, and then they can purchase hopefully right after that.
Yeah, and just like the really long and short of it is that what I'm telling people is this program comes out in the fall, but if you want it early, you can get it this summer at a promotional price. We're not saying to people, oh, well, because we don't want people coming back to us saying, I thought BOD was all inclusive of everything. So it comes out in October, you can get it early. And that it's 4 days of working out, lifting heavy, and HIIT cardio, just 30 minutes. So I think for people that don't have a lot of time to work out and don't want to work out every day, it's going to be a really exciting program. And it's 8 weeks. So that's just some of the basics about it.
Yep, and there's also bands that are included in the accessory bundle. So for people who are traveling in the summer, there's a sidebar of someone using the band in every workout, so that even if you're not with weights, which I'm thankful for because I won't be home here with my weights, you can do it anywhere. So it's travel friendly. It's only 4 days. I think it's going to be great. We're all going to have our nutrition just nailed by then. And from the 2B Mindset, and then we're going to, bulk up or lean out or whatever it is we do. I don't know. I hope I don't.
I'd be okay with bulking out. So we're really excited about that program, and we'll know more after the 4th when he does his little live thing. So we're excited.
And that will be available until October. I spoke with Carl myself today and asked him. I'm not kidding. I really did. I said, yeah, he loves me. I said, is this going to be available just on June 4th? And he said, no, it will be there until October for anybody to use.
June 4 is the free day, you said?
June 4 is when the free workout, like the preview workout, comes out. But then it will be there in front of the paywall. So for anybody, whether they have Beachbody On Demand or not, to do until October when the full program comes out to everybody.
And it's just one sample workout, it sounds like?
Right. But then in between June 11 and July 11, is that the month? I feel like those dates aren't right. But anyways, between when they can purchase it and when it goes live.
June 11 and July 16.
16, thank you. So between those two dates, there will be available 4 workouts that Joel will do and put on Beachbody On Demand for people who have purchased the VIP early access to be able to do. So it's kind of like a little obsessed. It's 4 workouts, so you can keep doing those 4 every week leading up to it, or you can just try them, or you can use them to do videos and show people what some of the moves might be like. So that will also be available, but that's only for people who purchase the VIP early access, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Explained it super well.
Well, thanks.
And just so you know, there's 1,000,001 options, but if you're a coach that just wants the early access to it, and no bands, no accessories, what did we think it was? Like
$37 with our discount, something like that. It's in the 30s.
Granted, it's still like $37, which might be like, oh man, but in the past, we had to spend a lot more to get the DVDs of any new program. Anytime a new program came out, we had to spend more than that. So it's still exciting that we can get it. And then the cool part is we'll be able to show results for people that hopefully will show results for people that want to get into it later. So would it be okay if I went through what we kind of talked about, Jen, talking about tonight?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Kylie, have you been on a call before? It's been a while, though,
She
right?
has.
Had to
Okay.
unmute. Yes, it's been a while, but yes.
Because she moved away from me.
I know, I'm
Well-
back in the U.S.
How does it feel?
It's kind of been a whirlwind of I guess, 4 days.
4
but
days. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
5 minutes.
Well,
yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm
So
glad
Kylie's
you're
ready to
back.
take off. Her and her mom are going to like tag team this bad boy.
Oh, yes.
So excited. Yay, we love that. Well, one of the things that Jen and I constantly talk about, all of us constantly talk about, is what you're doing for personal development. Because whenever I'm having like a hangry coaching moment, I'm not doing my. Is everybody else hearing that? Or is it just the motorcycles?
Oh, sorry. There aren't even motorcycles.
I don't think it's a moto. I think
What
it's
is
just
it?
like some internet interference static. It sounds like a wave coming in at the ocean.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So that
I don't even live by the ocean. That's unfortunate.
that PD is super important. So I want to go around quickly and just find out what people are doing for PD. If you're not, what's the holdup? What can we do to encourage you? So I want you to share that what you're doing for PD, and then I want you to I want to challenge everybody to name 5 people they're going to invite before the promotion for To Be Mindset ends, so they haven't invited yet. And then make a list of a total of 20 before the 31st or 31 days in this month. Yes, so yeah, 31 days, or before it goes off of promo, which is Sunday night is the last night to buy it before the promo price, that you're going to invite to it. And I'm making myself do this too. And there's going to be 20 new people that I haven't invited to it yet. So waiting for PD, names people you're going to invite. And then third is, what is your greatest fear of coaching? And I'll go through these again if you can't remember. And if you're not, and what you're doing for your power hour or power pockets, and if you're not, let's talk about that. And I'm going to go first because I know that's a lot. So first, for PD, I'm finally listening to Girl Wash Your Face, and excited because she speaks my language. So really excited about that. I finally sucked it up and paying the whatever I have to pay to get Audible. Ugh, okay, I'm a value girl. I don't like paying for things. I like the library. It's free. Right, Jess? Jesslyn loves her some library too. Okay, so 5 people that I'm inviting. I actually can read them from my list. I'll do that in just a minute. My greatest fear is actually that I'll be successful and have a big team and I won't be able to lead them. That's my greatest fear. It used to be that I wasn't going to be able to have a team. And now it's just wanting to be able to continue to help people, help myself, and help people get started. What I'm realizing is I can help people. They have to just want to actually do this. So I'll read you the names of the people that I will be inviting. Sorry. A girl named Amy, a girl named Melody, a girl named Angela, a girl named Amanda, and a girl named Heidi. They're the 5 girls that I don't know very well, but I'll be inviting them. And then my power pockets of power hours. I'm not doing power hours successfully. I'm doing haphazard, kind of, sort of power pockets, but I'm still trying to make it happen. And I'm doing better than I was last month because I'm tracking everything I'm doing on Streak. So I'm still not totally in my flow, but I feel like I'm working towards getting there. At least I feel like I have a system. I just haven't quite figured out exactly how it's going to play into life. So I'm done babbling. Who wants to go next?
Can I go next? Just because I'm getting near bedtime and I'm going to need to go into blackout mode in about 10 minutes. All right. For my PD, I am about 3/4 of the way through Slight Edge. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. People I'm hoping to invite are Jennifer, my cousin, to Tubi. There's a Jen who has sort of 80% verbally committed to me to doing it, and I need to follow up with her. And I would have to consult my notes on who the other 3 people are. Well, my sister would be one. It's a long shot, but it would be perfect for her because food's her struggle. She's great with the workouts, bad with the food. So if I can lock her into that, it'd be great. What were the other questions, Becky? The unmuted questions?
Your greatest fear with coaching?
My greatest fear of coaching is getting people excited and they sign up, and then I either don't have the time or the system in place to consistently follow up with them. Like I do sort of catch as catch can on my power hour and also for checking in with people. And I need to make that more consistent because they get all excited and they emotionally make the decision to join the program or join the group. And yeah, I would hate to just drop off on them and not follow up well. So what is the other question?
Your PD.
He already
Did that.
Kind of
said
answered
it.
that.
Yeah.
And your power hour, PH. It was PH.
Yeah, my power hour. Yeah, my power hour. Yeah, it's catch as catch can right now. I'd like to get it more dialed in and methodical, but it's not there right now.
What's a power hour?
Do the training.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Power hour. I can only. That's the hour that you spend. Sorry, when I have both of these in, it's really hard to hear. That's the hour, ideally, the hour that you would spend inviting, connecting with people, following up with people.
It can be bite-sized chunks, though. It doesn't have to be a full-on hour. It's not an all-or-nothing game. So.
Yeah, we should take you on the team call we did on the Power Pocket.
Yeah.
Essentially,
I want to learn, like, is it every day or what? Yeah. Great.
Yeah, well, you get to pick out what it is, but essentially, yes, there's a little list of the things you get to do. Oops.
Okay.
But if you do that training, that'll help too. But now you can do that. You have all sorts of time.
You're right. I'm halfway
That's
through.
I'll go. Okay. I just finished, why am I totally blanking? Made to Crave. Is the sound coming from me? No? Okay. I know if it was my fan. I have a fan on. So I just finished Made to Crave by Lisa TerKeurst, which was really good. It was interesting listening to it as I was starting to be mindset because there were a few little contradictory thoughts. But it was still overall really good and some really good just biblical perspectives about how we view food and our relationship with it and how when we struggle to say no to things and not have self-discipline, what that really says about our relationship with God. So that was a really good read that I would definitely recommend. So I just finished that and I just started yesterday, High Performance Habits, which is great so far, except I listened to the first chapter between getting ready yesterday and getting ready today. And at the end of the first chapter, he says, go ahead and take this high performance indicator test, which basically there's 6 high performance habits. And it breaks down those 6 into qualities and tells you, like, gives you a rank of how good you sort of see yourself after with this quiz, like how good you are at each 6 of those things. So that was good. But then he says, and then listen to the next 2 chapters. So I was like, okay, they must be short. And he's like, do that today. Like, great. Okay, I'm doing this. He's like, if you're really in, you're going to do this. So I took the quiz and then I turned on the next chapter and it was 45 minutes long. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And then I read through that one and then I got to the next chapter and it was an hour. So anyways, I failed at the assignment because I still have like a half hour left of the second. But I didn't fail. I just He'll never know. So anyways, I'll listen to the rest of it tomorrow, but it's really good. Like it's very practical. Like, what do I do? It's not stories about people who are doing it necessarily, but more like, what do you need to do to be, how does he say it? High achiever is the way he would call it. So that's my PD. I like it so far, but I'm on day 2. So we shall see. My power hour has been good. I've been using Streak and I kind of have a flow of, adding new people to my Facebook, I still need to work on adding Instagram. I just haven't wrapped my brain around how to do that yet. So I've got a few podcasts that I have saved that are Instagram related that I'll be listening to about that. But I wanted to share with you what I'm going to be trying to do with my Power Hour. Somebody shared it in a message thread. Basically, I was trying to connect with people, invite people, do all the things every day. And someone recommended, if you get into a flow with connecting, like you're in the connecting flow. So maybe just try to connect on a certain day. And then when you get in the inviting flow, just be in the inviting flow one day. And so she sort of had this, I'll show it to you. She had this thing that she shared.
Talking about the one from Carrie?
Carrie, yeah. So I haven't started this yet, but I printed it out today. And so my plan is on Monday, my plan is to get my brain wrapped around it. But, I would friend 3 people. I don't know exactly what the post 5. Maybe I comment on 5 posts. I have to figure out what it all means.
I think that means make sure you're doing your 5 posts on social media. That was my guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have to figure out what this all means and how I want to change it. But basically, she's got inviting is specific to this day. Hey girls, so like new friends, connecting with people are on this day. Following up is this day. Talking to people about the coach opportunity is this day. Checking in with your challengers is this day. Planning posts is this day. So if you see what I mean, it just has a different flow than doing a little bit of it each day, just to kind of keep your brain going in one direction. So for me, that's something that I'm going to be trying to do with my Power Hour. Like I said, I need to figure out of all these things what they mean and what I'm going to do with them. The idea is what I'm going for, if that makes sense. People I'm inviting, so I have my list here. I can just read you my top 5 names. So Andrea, Jalitza, Natalie, Twyla, and Rachel. And so I've got quite a few others, but I don't know, Monica and I were talking earlier about the fact that this program is hard because you can't really share it the way you share a workout program, because in a workout program, you can share bits of your workout. And this, if you share bits of the information, you're giving exactly what they would get if they bought it. So it's tricky to figure out. Like I shared a recipe today and I was like, there's only like 5 dinner recipes total. And I just gave one, or lunch recipes. And I just gave one and I feel okay about it. But at first I kind of hesitated because it's like, the whole thing is like intellectual property. It's not like you know what I'm saying?
Jen, can I share something about that?
Yes, please.
Because as far as like my experience with 2B Mindset goes, it started when you were explaining to me. I was like, "Ooh, can you just give me the coach sneak peek?" Because I just bought 80-Day Obsession and I still have that to do, but I'm really curious. And so you just like going through the platings and maybe like the first 15 videos in like in a summary form. I've been able to do that with 2 people already, my mom and one of her best friends. And it gives them kind of a teaser and helps them see, ooh, like more to come. Like I can learn how to shop at a grocery store. And so you doing that to me is what helped me decide to join. So
giving some of that away was helpful. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Because we are also talking about doing like a Q&A with people who are still kind of curious and, hey, check out this Q&A before the prices go up. But that's the question. Like, what do we really talk about? Because you don't want to give away the whole cart, right? Like, so that's good to know. Thanks.
Can I ask a related 2B Mindset question?
Yeah.
So we're talking about adding and inviting people to it. How does that work related to like the group we've put people in already? Is that group just going to keep rolling and we can add people willy-nilly, or is it going to go through June or July, or are we going to start a second group later? Like, what does that look like?
So I don't totally know, actually. I mean, I think in my head up to this point, my plan was to just add them. If I had a whole nother big influx of people, I guess I could start another group. But quite frankly, I don't feel like people really care about what I'm saying. They're using it as a place to track more than, I don't know. Do you feel differently about that, Becky? You're muted.
I think that, I'm not sure. I think that,
Can
you
please
know,
get ready for bed?
my plan is to, have people that want to do Lift 4 is to start that. And I'll still be doing To Be Mindset. And so I think I'll have to just look at the people that I have and find out, do they need it? Could they be in the group with Lift 4? Am I going to run another 2 weeks? I think it depends. If we have enough people on the team that have enough people, we could run another one.
Right. Because like my people that are in it currently, I feel like I've been checking in with them individually, and most of them are not posting much. But they say, I'm watching the videos, and I mean, I'm tracking my stuff, and I'm great. I'm good. I love the videos. I think she's so great. And it's like, you know, they just have a place to track their weight every day and to track their measurements every so often. And so, yeah, I think, honestly, Brian, I think that's something that we'll maybe figure out after the Q&A if we all sort of feel like as a team we've got an influx of people.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But I think you can say there will be a group. Like, we'll have a group in some fashion for people.
Yeah. Okay. That's helpful. Part of my reluctance, well, most of it was just not making the time, but 5% of it was like, well, I'm not sure I can invite people. This group, like that Monday 2 weeks ago, was the big influx and kickoff. It's weird to add people 2 or 3 weeks in, but sounds like that's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think what we could do with that group, and this can just be like a little brainstorming session, but what we could do, like, there's another 2 weeks of posts beyond going through those initial videos. So that's what we're into now. And then after that, we can circle back and post those, go back to the beginning and figure, okay, if you're done and you're ready to do something else, hop out or stay in here. Hearing it again isn't bad. So we could do something like that, or we could close that group and open a new one and do the exact same thing. I think those are a couple of options so that you kind of say, okay, this group is sort of hearing different things. They're not doing a big kickoff, but it's all the same stuff that everybody needs to hear anyways. And so whether they hear it near the end or hear it at the beginning, I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts about that?
Well, I was just going to add that I've been adding people to my To Be Mindset group. We just started week 3, and I think that's where everyone is. And I just added 2 new people, and I just said, hey, guys, welcome so-and-so to the group or whatever, because not a lot of people are posting like in my regular big group. And I think people are still kind of suspect about it because, you don't see changes right away or whatever. So I think it's good to keep adding people. And then what Jess and I are going to do is once we've gone through the success guide, we're just going to start pulling from Alana's test group stuff and from her Instagram. And then even today, I just discovered that she has videos for every single recipe that she in her recipe book, which I didn't know. So you can just kind of circle through those. So I think I don't know, that's what we're doing. We're going to just keep the same group because there's so much going on right now. There's no need to keep opening up more groups, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, that answers my question. That's really helpful. Thanks.
Yeah. I think, did I answer everything? Oh, my biggest fear about coaching is exactly the same as Becky's. That if I am successful, will I handle that well? Will I know what to do with it and not screw it all up?
I'll go. So, hi, David. We're basically, Becky gave us a little assignment, and we're each sharing our personal development that we're doing. And for me, this is an area where I'm not doing very well in. I have been slacking. I do a morning devotional, and I'm, staying true to that. But I've been between Alana's videos and just watching sermons at work when I can. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I have it on my to-do list, though, to download Audible. And I wanted to do Girl Wash Your Face, just like everyone else, because I heard wonderful things. So I spent a lot of time in the car, so I think that's just a better move for me instead of feeling guilty that I haven't done, consistent personal development. The second question is 5 people that we're going to invite. So I'm inviting Alana, Teresa, Verena, Miriam, and Omneya, all Egyptians, of course. And power hour. So because I have a full-time job and it's very hectic, I'm at my desk and I can't really leave it for like 8 to 10 hours straight. So I just find breaks in between my projects to invite and check in with my groups. And it's not really a solid power hour. Again, this is an area I need to really work on. But I'm just doing the best I can. May has been really good for me, but it's really because of all the work I did in April. So I'm kind of scared to see what June will look like for me. But so I need to really get on that. Especially as my team's growing now and I need to teach them, how to do that. So, and then my one fear, can we just share one? I have many. My biggest one probably is I am for some reason terrified to share the coaching opportunity. I don't know why. I'm not like a overly shy person. I'm very open on social media. It's not really, like David knows, I'll share whatever, I'll talk about whatever, but for some reason when it comes to the coaching opportunity, it's I don't want people to know that I'm doing this, and I get paid for it, because I feel like that will take the passion away from me. People won't see that I'm doing this purely for passion. It's very weird, and I know I'm probably in my own head about that. So I need to work through that. Anyone else feel anything remotely close to that?
All the time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can totally relate.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. I really felt like I was the only one. I'm like, my team is starting to grow, but it's I've been at Emerald, for forever, because I'm just terrified. So.
Yeah, you know what I keep coming back to? Because actually, I do post about it, but I don't necessarily invite one-on-one as much as I should. Or I feel like I've already invited people and I invite them again and again. I don't want to bug them. But I keep telling myself, the mantra I keep telling myself is, if somebody hadn't invited me, I wouldn't have this blessing. So but it doesn't necessarily make it simple and easy. I just keep trying. But we're with you. Yep, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I admitted all that now. I feel better.
Good. I'll join your team.
Please.
Hey, you're not leaving my team.
Pod Squad.
I'll go. Great. Okay, for personal development, I'm reading a book called The Ragamuffin Gospel. If you've read it, it's great. You should definitely read it. For the 5 people I'm inviting, my mom, her best friend Angie, who both I've talked to about 2B Mindset really passionately, and I think that eventually they're going to, at least both of them, be on Shakeology, if not also advancing to maybe the videos of 2B Mindset. And then my friend Lindsay, who's a teacher, is just starting. She just graduated college. My friend Maggie and my friend Kelsey. And then I would say my greatest fear, just as someone who's starting off, I don't have anyone on my team right now. I don't know. I think I started posting more frequently on Instagram just in the past few days, coach things, but my followers, they followed me not because I was a coach. And so I think now suddenly that I'm posting all of these fit things and kind of sharing my journey, I'm just afraid that people will be like, this is not why I followed you, unfollow, which is great if they do that. They weren't, Jen said, if they're not for you, then they're against you. And so, or something, I don't remember what it was exactly, but, she's laughing. I probably said it wrong, but, yeah, I think just being afraid that, maybe a barrier is my age, and my target audience is probably not able to afford a lot of the things that maybe a full-time employee would be able to afford. So I think that'll be a challenge, but that's probably my biggest fear, is just I don't know, maybe putting myself out there in that way.
You're in good company, friend. We were all there, and some of us are still there, being afraid to put ourselves out there. I am.
Well, we'll tell you that it gets less hard, but it doesn't ever get easy. Like it's more simple, like simpler.
You don't overthink it as much, but you still think about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wish I was your age. So just live it up, friend. Live it up. All that freedom, live it up.
I'll do my best.
You're going to learn what power hours are and power pockets. So
yeah, and the training you have, Kylie, available to you is so much more streamlined than what any of us had. It's awesome. I'm almost going to make myself go through the new coach training simply because I know there's lots of great stuff in there.
Yeah, I need to hit that up again and check it out some more. Okay, I'm signing off. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, back when I was a kid, we had to peddle DVDs for this.
Right. Exactly. You're funny. All right, Jess, you want to go?
All right, it's me. Yeah, I guess. You know, this isn't my thing, but talking
I know.
and speaking, I feel like I'm speaking in public. So PD, I'm still on Girl Wash Your Face. I'm very slow with my PD. And right now, my problem is I found Harry Potter, and so like I'd rather read that. I know that's really bad. So, but we are actually in our Sunday school class. We're doing Anxious for Nothing. So like every week I discuss that and talk about that in class. So that to me, that's PD. You know.
Yeah, it is.
My invites now. If I say my parents, does it count as two, or is that just one person? I actually been talking to him a lot this weekend about To Be Mindset. So I just kind of want to. I'll reiterate that. The other people I was going to share. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just going to say to you, sorry, I should totally interrupt you. I know you hate talking. I will tell you, I'm going to post about saying my mom started To Be Mindset. We gave it to her for Mother's Day. So I think she felt like, oh my gosh, I really have to like actually do this. My sisters and I did. And she can't work out because of lots of different pain stuff.
Yeah.
She started it the Friday after it came out. So like 2 days after, she watched the videos on a road trip to New Jersey, was out of her own kitchen, living somewhere else for 10 days. She's done To Be Mindset consistently since it came out, and she's down 8 pounds. Not working out, and doing real life. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is huge. So that was a real encouragement for me. So you can feel free to share that with your parents. And she's got a good amount of weight to lose, but like it's something that our parents can do. Okay, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Oh no problem. The other people I was going to do is Cheryl, Rachel, Kim, and Beth. And I actually had another friend that just joined it. I don't think she's posted anything in our group, but I was going to say something to her. She was my first challenger I ever signed up, so I was really excited, and she joined. So I hope she sticks with it. I know she was doing like 21 days.
What's her
name? Pam
Okay,
Kiesler.
good.
Yeah, I didn't even know she had done it. I just went into my online coach page and I saw that she had bought the package, and I was like, oh, because I had talked to her about it, but so I was just really excited. So we'll see. I hope she sticks with it, but and see what else. Power Pockets, I'll be honest, that I do Power Pockets because I can't, I have a full part-time job, and I'm a mom. So on top of that, I just don't have a lot of time. So the Power Pockets are great. But I will be honest, I'm kind of sporadic right now with them and not into it as much as I should. But hopefully life's going to get a little bit slowed down. I can work on it. My biggest fear, this is going to sound really crazy, but my biggest fear is I don't like that people don't like me, or I do something that like offends them or upset. So I'm always feel like I'm annoying and I'm bothering people all the time when I invite them. So I just don't want to be that annoying person, I guess, so to speak. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Yeah.
Lynn, did you see the podcast that I posted in the team page? It's all about Instagram and how to use Instagram to sell, but there's part of it that so you just have to listen to it. There's nothing to see, but it's the same. It's Rachel Hollis who wrote Girl Wash Your Face.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And there's one part of it where she's just like, if you believe in, anyways, I won't do it, just listen to it. But there is a chunk of it that talks about like how to not feel creepy and salesy.
Yeah, that's a good word.
yeah, because that's not what we want to do. And it's not, that's not what we're not just trying to make a bunch of money. We're trying to help people. And so anyways, I put that in there because that was the part for me that really stuck. So anyways. meeting.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I often will, if I find, like, especially when following up with someone, because I've been inviting people for 2.5 years, but I've invited them maybe 6 times in the last 2.5 years, I will say to them, I don't want to bother you. I kind of feel like I am. That's the last thing I want to do. I have way too much respect for you. I just can't help but share what's changed my life. If I'm driving you crazy, tell me to go away. Like, I'll literally start it like that and do a voice message. I just care too much about you, and then I feel better. And then
most of the time they respond, because I do the same thing, and they're like, oh, you're not bothering me. I'm just super busy, and it's not my time. But they'll tell you, no, you're not bothering me, or they don't respond, and then you're like, okay, probably bothering them. But I've said that I didn't want you, so now they know.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, Amanda Faye's, Becky, like, I kept doing stuff, and I finally told her, I know her well enough. I'm like, hey, I'll quit bothering you. She even told me, she's like, oh, no, I don't mind that you do it, but I mean, I was just honest. I'm like, if I'm bugging the crap out of you, you need to let me know. I don't want to be annoying. So, yeah. Some people I can be more open like that with, but others, no.
Mm-hmm. No, you are so not alone. And also, before Jesslyn gets off the hot seat, can you guys help me congratulate her that she signed her first coach this past week? Super exciting.
Emerald.
I know, can't wait. So she'll be welcoming her on our page this week. So really.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that whole thing out.
You don't have to figure it out. Just keep helping people and ask questions, and we'll answer them.
Yeah.
Don't worry about figuring it out. I watched some video with superheroes in it about 17 times, and I still didn't understand it. Don't waste your time. Just ask the questions you need to know. You should probably try to figure it out. I take it all back.
Yeah.
We're here. I think, David, you're the last one up.
I think I was, yeah.
DG, you're up. I know you hate me.
Did I say I'm very happy to be here?
Yes.
I love it.
All right, so I dropped down in my personal development lately, but I've had an emotional roller coaster family stuff since late December. But for personal development, I rejoined my Toastmasters group, and it's a public speaking and leadership international group. So I'm getting back into that because I had finished half of the manual of competent communicator. So now I'm halfway done with that. And then also for my own personal development, it's not books. I was reading a lot of books, but I'm graduating this Thursday from a hymnological seminary. So it's kind of cool. So that's personal development.
Kind of cool. That's super cool.
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
You've been working so hard on this.
Can you define what that means? I know what seminary means, but what's the specific degree that, or what the specific area of study?
So so I'm Coptic Orthodox Christian. And so our diocese has we're the inaugural group, and they started a degree or certificate program. It's 4 years, and you have like different classes for 4 years. Like Coptic as a language, which is like Greek language, hymns, leadership, and history. So we had that for 4 years. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
It's way cool, DG.
So I was busy with that, but I'm done with it now. I'll be graduating this Thursday.
Awesome.
And what was the other question? What am I afraid of?
Your greatest fear.
No,
well, you can start with 5 people you want to invite, but if you want to, whatever order you want to do.
Well, I actually have here, I'm looking, in the last 2 weeks, I invited 14 people to the 2B Mindset group, but no bites. So I need to follow up with them. 14. My biggest fear is that I'm not reaching enough people. Like I walk around with this thing at work all day, and my green one that says the healthiest year of my life, I put it in the break room next to the people's brownies and cookies and all that stuff. They know whose cup it is. I talked about it to anybody who listens. or who wants information, I say, yeah, I show them picture, my before and after, everything. But my biggest fear is how do I get I feel my reach is not, it's limited. It's only some church people now and nobody at work. I mean, obviously. That's my biggest fear.
I will say this, DG, what the new coach training, and I know you've been a coach with me for a while, but we're going to go through it together. But honestly, I thought the same thing. I hit a point last year where I was like, oh, my warm market, it's completely finished. And, I'm just like, I what am I going to do? The market is saturated. There's some of these coaches out there. But after I went to Summit, which is like, the coaching conference, I just got, lit basically. And I realized that the way that you share makes all the difference. And I'm still in my warm market today. Like I'm barely in my cold market. So I think you and I can talk about that later, but I think sometimes we trick ourselves to think that we're out of people or whatever, but sometimes those same people that you invite, they will come back to you. I've had some people come back after a year and a half and they're like, I'm ready now, so definitely it's a compound effect and all that stuff that you're doing will come forward. But we'll talk about that later, but you're doing awesome. I'm proud of you.
Well, just hearing you share that, it's just like inspiring and motivating for all of us just to hear that you're passionate and how you're just putting your cup there and wanting to change people. And I think that, it does get to be discouraging where you're like, people, you don't realize how amazing this can be. And that's one of the things, I don't know if you guys have, if any of you who are in the, I think we're all in Alana's exclusive test group. One of the things she said in there that keeps resonating with me is she's like, the treats and the gatherings and the holidays and the drinks are going to be there every single gathering, every single holiday for you the rest of your life. And making choices right now to take better care of yourself. But yeah, I think a lot of times people just don't want to hear it because making the changes goes back lots of hurts and lots of hard. So you're very not alone, Dave. I think all of us feel very similarly like, oh my goodness, this could help you with so many things. So thanks for sharing. I appreciate it.
Well, and I was going to add to that too. If they're not ready, they're not going to do it anyways. So once they're ready, they will have heard and they know exactly who to go to because they know that you've been there consistently showing up and doing your thing. So that's the other thing I found. I've invited people and they're like, no, that's like totally not my thing. And then a year and a half later, they message me and they're like, okay, how do I sign up?
Yeah. I just sold somebody, he bought a Shakeology from me this past weekend at church. And I make a big scene on Sundays. Sometimes we have up to, I don't know, I make them for everybody. I have a blender over there, and after church, I make it for everybody. So sometimes we have 6, 7 people in the picture. Monica knows we have a lot of people, and then when people start talking, the blender says, and everybody keeps looking to see what's going on, what's all this noise. And I have a big group around me a lot on Sundays, making shakeos for everybody. So that's where I get a lot of people question, what is in it? What is in it? So I ordered one of these combo packets so I can give them out if people want to try, because they hesitant to, and then we make extra, so there's a lot of little cups that we give them. Another thing we do is me and my friend, she's in our group too, we do a workout on Sunday on the lawn there. And then so people kind of gravitate towards, hey, what are y'all doing? So sometimes we have 6, 7, 8, 9 people working out on the lawn. Usually it's yoga, but it's fun.
Are you David, do you share that all on your social media?
I have a special page for it.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'm glad you're sharing it with someone, but the world.
It's not my personal page, but it's
maybe your personal page needs to know.
Only if I get tagged, I'll let it come on there, but I kind of do it from, I don't know, I'm kind of funny about that stuff.
You're shy about it, and I don't know why, because what you guys are doing is amazing. That's all.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Well, and
Cool.
I was going to say, I don't know if Brian is still listening or not, but Brian, maybe you need a little Shake Shack at Brookside on Sundays.
Brian's a pastor as well, Mr. DG.
You're muted, Brian. We can't hear you.
I didn't know that about Brian.
Yeah, Brian's a pastor.
Yes.
Pastor
So
Brian.
a Shake Shack would be good. I'm pretty sure that title's used and copyrighted, but
Right. Okay. So a shake corner next to the coffee bar.
yes,
Saying, I mean,
sounds
there's
expensive
a lot
too.
of people who need it. It sounds
Yes.
expensive. You know, you have
Yeah.
to invest.
It takes money to make money, right?
Yeah. Mr. Businessman,
Well,
you
I
should
think
know that.
I know. Well, I think that's good stuff, and I appreciate hearing David's reality on where he's at right now. So thanks for sharing that, David.
Especially because I know, Brian, you have been on this team I think a couple weeks longer than I have, and we talk a lot about, feel like you're the only guy out there trying to do this. So I think it's good just that you guys are both on here. I need to go check out my kids, but I want to get a picture of all you amazing people. So yeah, you get to stay on for a minute, Brian.
I'm here.
All right. Yeah.
Show us your shirt.
I love it. You guys look great.
My shirt?
I'm very happy to be here.
And also remember that Sunday night at 8:30, any of you can jump on our To Be Mindset call or invite any of your people. 8:30 to 9, just kind of check in and give people more support. And I want to keep doing it, but I want people to be there. So really.
Well, yeah, we didn't do it this past week just because of the holiday, and the week before it was all coaches that were on there. But
yeah, well, so I would actually encourage you guys, if you have time, but if you have time, to send a personal invite to everybody you have in To Be Mindset to join, and just see if they want to
be on the call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
All right,
also,
I'm going to stop recording.
Okay, and also